Militia soldiers are rushing to the area around Kirkuk, one of Iraq's most hotly disputed territories, in an effort to defeat Islamic State militants. The Associated Press found many Shiite militias on the outskirts, within a few miles of the city. They answered a call from the country's top Shiite cleric to defend the nation against militants and create a string of bases. With IS flags flying nearby, a marriage of convenience has emerged between the militias and Kurdish forces. But the alliance is showing signs of friction. Some leaders of the Kurdish Peshmerga forces deny the presence of Shiite militias approaching the city. It is not true. It is far from reality. This area is protected by Peshmerga forces, and there are not any other forces here. Peshmerga don't need any other forces here, apart from the coalition airstrikes. The commander of a militia group in Kirkuk says the Peshmerga need help. His brothers have been trained well. The difference between us is that we're well trained. Last year, the Peshmerga gained control of Kirkuk after repelling IS militants. Yet interethnic conflict remains over who will ultimately gain control of the oil-rich city.
Although ISIS is feeling the pressure in Iraq and Syria, it's spreading its influence in northern Africa. Last weekend's brutal murders of 21 Egyptian Christians comes as ISIS tries to expand its strongholds in Egypt and Libya. Meantime, Egypt justifies using airstrikes in response to the attacks and is calling on Europe and the U.S. to join in on the fight.
We are a member state of this coalition, and we are waiting for more material and support from this coalition.
Egypt's air raids marked its first open military action in Libya, which is the militant group's biggest stronghold in Africa. However, Libya has condemned these strikes. The Ukraine accuses pro-Russian rebels of violating the ceasefire, claiming the eastern rebels are not committed to the truce. A spokesman for the Ukrainian military says in the battle that captured Balta, the rebels took a group of government soldiers captive. Soldiers reportedly ran out of ammunition and were taken prisoner by enemy forces. The city has been the center of intense fighting for weeks as both sides struggle to control the strategic railway junction.
Terrorists and military militia.
Terrorists are not maintaining the ceasefire. They're shelling the Balta and its neighborhoods around the clock. They're carrying out subversive and terrorist acts. They storm positions of the anti-terrorist operation and shell the city and villages around it, trying to seize Balta at any cost.
Both the army and the rebels claim the town is on their side of the ceasefire line. Tuesday was the deadline for both sides to begin pulling back their heavy weapons. Yet it has called on the EU to condemn the rebels for violating the truce. And Russian President Vladimir Putin is accusing the U.S. of supplying Ukraine with weapons. The Russian president said this during a trip to Hungary, where he discussed a new gas deal. And with a long story, here's one America's Kristen Sharp.
Russia's president spoke at a conference in Budapest with the Prime Minister of Hungary. He said by providing arms to Kiev, the U.S. wouldn't change the outcome of the conflict, but simply add to the casualties. Also, President Putin says he's optimistic about the new Minsk agreement. It's more or less quiet along the whole conflict line between the Ukrainian army and separatists. It's necessary to solve the problem with the bloc Ukrainian forces in the Balkan. Our joint task is to save lives with people who find themselves in this blockade and keep it and worsen relations. Putin said Ukrainian soldiers have no motivation to participate in the conflict, while the rebels are fighting to defend their families. He urged Kiev to allow its troops to surrender to separatists and not to punish those who simply want to save their lives. The president says the crisis can't be solved by military means. He hopes the ceasefire will be observed by both sides. Putin also discussed the energy situation with Hungary, as well as the canceled South Stream oil pipeline project. The project would have pumped gas from Russia under the Black Sea and into Southern Europe, but was shut down over concerns from Brussels. The Prime Minister of Hungary warned the European Union not to shut out Russia of the energy market, saying he was convinced unity could be achieved by working together. If anyone thinks the European economy can be competitive without economic cooperation with Russia, and that it's possible to create energy security without Russia, those people are chasing a lead. Experts say that as it was symbolically important to Putin, demonstrating to the rest of Europe that he still has allies. The two countries arrived at an agreement on a new gas deal, which would see Russia supplying as much as 60% of Hungary's natural gas. Chris and Chart, One America News. Thank you, Chris. We're going to pause for a break. We're at 42 minutes, but right ahead, and the United States will begin selling arms. No, on the other side of the break, we'll tell you who may be the first question. See you right back. We're going to walk in bigger, one another. We must be driven by spirit and believing in our reason. And we dig deep in our history and our practice. Remember that we are not descended from fearful men. Not from men who fear the right to speak. And the causes that we will not contact.
Oh, God.
It's no longer an experiment.
It is soft. Oh, my God.
Sons and daughters of those Boston tea stars. When you're
Oh, yes.